Oh, yeah. I have a lovely picture of spaghetti on my screen.
Why?
As to say what we are doing today.
Spaghetti.
That's your spoiler alert. What does spaghetti mean?
It means
Spaghetti.
guts.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wayward Seven. We're having fun conversations about our game today. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good day. What episode is this?
28.
28?
What?
What?
58.
Not 58.
58.
I was looking at my D20 and I was
You're
looking
not
at the
20
year
anymore.
2020, and then I was like, 28.
I do
know
the same
it
thing.
was
I'll be
8
reading
somewhere.
something and just say something completely different. Anyway, welcome back. I'm the Forever DMO as always, Will, and I got another exciting episode for you tonight. But before we start, we got something to say.
Yeah.
Hey!
Look at all this space I have.
All that
Yeah,
space.
so leave a comment and tell us what your favorite part of episode 28 was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I like 28. 28 was a good one.
Which one was that?
It's...
Look at your notes. And while she's looking
I
at those
have
notes, we're back on the holiday shtick. So the holiday of today it's perfect for the Wayward Seven because it's Brew a Potion Day.
Ooh!
And let me tell you, we're brewing up something.
Oh, yeah.
So this is how brewing works. I bet you
Pure
didn't
vodka.
know.
Now the kids are gone.
It's
No.
something like
It's
that.
vinegar.
All right. Well, you know something. I left soap in here to get it like sudsy and
Yeah,
mix it
I
up.
see the bubbles,
There's
yeah.
like some bubbles.
Don't
You can see it, you can see it, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel good about this then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's brew your national. It's a day to brew potions, and let me tell you, we're brewing up some real special things on this channel, so you're not gonna want to miss out.
Whoa.
Heck yeah.
So make sure you don't miss out by clicking subscribe and ringing the notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime we upload any new content, and you'll be the first ones to see it.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you, Ethan.
Looking
Hey.
back into my notes, I
Ooh.
did find my favorite moment from session 28, as it's labeled in my thing,
What
and
was
it was meeting Gwyneth. That's
Oh,
that's so
Session
perfect.
28. Session 28 says, Throb and Winsel introduce us to their sister, Gwyneth.
Oh, there you go. I told you it was a good episode.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's a great episode.
It's a great episode.
You can share your favorite moments from any of our episodes in our comments, but also on social media at the Wayward Seven.
Sweet.
Buddy. There we go.
Thank you guys. Okay.
That was good.
Anybody got anything else to say before we get into tonight's game?
I won't.
Oh, no, let's get into it.
I like my Hawaii shirt. Anyway, bye.
See what's up? See what's up? I was walking down the street when out the corner of my eye I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, "I never seen a man who looked so all alone, and could you use a little company? If you could pay the right price, your evening would be nice and you can go and send me on my way." I said, "You're such a sweet young thing, why you do this to yourself?" She looked at me and this is what she said: "Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Oh, you know, I wish I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good." Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep by the side. And then he swept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a ride. He said, "Give me all you got, I want your money, not your life. If you try to make a move, I won't think twice." I told him, "You can have my cash, but first you know I gotta ask, what made you wanna live this kind of life?" He said, "There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Oh, you know, I wish I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good."
my
Hi,
stuff.
Mom. What are you doing with my stuff? We're playing Bob's Burgers.
Oh.
Welcome back.
What are you doing? Oh,
So,
Oh, hi, Mom.
last time we left off, the party had some downtime. Downtime well spent. They made some money, sold some books, figured out that demons are real, and they bought and customized their own automated carriage that Herb decided to dub the Scurb
The Scurb.
after all investors were consulted, being Silas, Chris, and Herb. So, that being said, they had their downtime. They made their conversations with their parents quite a few times. Buying
Conversations is a strong word.
buying a sending stone and eventually making contact with Keysphere. They opted to then head towards Keysphere using the offer given to them by Admiral Lydia. And as you all teleport into the ether, you find your feet landing on hardwood deck. As you look up, the area is kind of rolling and rocking as you are on a ship, small in size, with maybe an undercompartment and a kind of a captain's quarters of sorts. But there you see, in person, the thin, kind of robed Keysphere. This owl-like mask and this kind of large sun hat that's just kind of keeping the shade out of their face. But you see the owl-like eyes turns towards each of you before looking back at the shore where you see the ship is beached on this small little island. The air is cool and frosty as you guys are high up in the mountains. But this area is somewhat familiar to you, Icarus, recognizing the general path as you would know from experience. Mordest is only a few days from here. So,
Sure it is.
as you all get your bearings for a second, Keysphere kind of... Welcome, foreigners, you're all here. Excellent. So, hi, yeah, so you are, sorry about your loss.
Yes.
All that. I was told I should probably comment on that and make sure that you are all emotionally okay.
We're good
Told
for the
by
most
who?
part. I'm assuming this is just me trying to be in character for Jack. He probably pipe up and say, "We're fine. We got a car.
That's good. Yeah, okay,
Do you
cool.
want a car?
You can't have it."
No.
But you
want to
can
buy
buy
your
one.
own?
I
He's
have.
advertising.
Yeah.
I'm already terrible at
I
this.
am fine. I do not wish to own a vehicle such.
But
I do
okay,
not
but
know
you
how
know
to-
where to
to find me if you want one.
Here, have my car.
I'll give you his phone number.
Takes the card. Great. Okay, cool. Yeah, welcome. So, everything cool? You guys good?
That's a relative term.
Yeah?
We're
You
okay.
you stable? Keep good to go?
We're stable.
We're stable.
Cool.
We were able to recuperate, and get out of the country.
That's right. Well, let me introduce you to everyone. I don't think you've been properly acquainted yet.
I'm acquainted with Hermione.
Right. So Keysphere kind of walks over to the side of the ship, kind of peering over the edge. You see that the small camp has been set up at the shore. There, you do recognize Airmail, the small boy with the kind of blonde curled hair. That's Airmail. And that, and you kind of see this kind of taller, darker looking elf with this long black hair and a kind of deeper eye makeup, who just has a warm smile and kind of gives a wave. That is Isota. And that one, and he kind of points towards a smaller gnome who kind of looks up. It's got kind of a sun-kissed Silesian appearance, very much Silesian guard uniform, and this kind of matted brown hair, this kind of shortcut. That is Willin Wild Wonder.
Where's the gorilla?
The gorilla is Isota. She is a shapeshifter.
Oh! The whole time?
The whole time! That was not Gwen, by the way. That was me asking the DM. But that
Keysphere
is...
responded. If you'd like to go down
Wonderful
and
start
have
to
dinner
the-
with them, they are going to be eating fairly shortly.
Oh, speaking of eating.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, just bring it down to them.
Okay.
They'll take care of it. Yeah. So I'm doing some planning and stuffs.
Do we need to be with you for that?
If you wish, I typically do most of the charting and planning for the day on my own in the quarters while everybody has dinner. So you're free to go eat if you want.
Do you not want a plate?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I've already had my fill. That being said, should you wish to converse with me, I will be in there. Should you wish to converse with the rest of the crew, they are down there. Welcome aboard. And Keezer just briskly walks off, shutting the door behind them. So, as you kind of look over the balcony, you see Asota just kind of gives a gentle wave, and Irmel is kind of in the middle of putting a sandwich together.
Him and his sandwiches.
He looks up, looks back down, back to the sandwich. And Willen seems to be kind of just out there with a set of small hand drums just kind of gently playing as the others are kind of just sitting around the fire. But Keyspear seems to be hard at work with maps and charts in their kind of office of sorts. So, where are you guys heading?
I'm going to go down to where the others are at.
Sure.
Hello.
Oh, hi!
Hello. I'm Nastani. One of the
Yeah, I
sisters.
remember. I'm Irmel.
Oh, I thought I was talking to Isolde.
I'm Irmel.
Hi, Irmel. I was approaching Isolde. That's
They're
why
sitting next to each other. Irmel's
Oh my God.
interjected.
Hi, Irmel. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Are you better?
I'm feeling a lot better, and I have my sandwich.
Okay. You do really love sandwiches, don't you?
Yeah, you could say that.
What else would you
Speaking
say?
of food, I have more.
Oh, perfect! Puts the sandwich down. Picks up the kind of bag of mixed kind of meats and foods. Oh, Willen! Runs over. Willen starts playing and kind of, right.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Willen looks, could you gather more firewood? That would be super helpful.
Okay.
Great.
Sure. I'll gather some fire.
I'm gonna walk out as if I know how to chop down a firewood.
Yeah, you are. It's
Chris is
I
gonna pick
follow
up the
her.
gangplank.
yeah.
Firewood.
No.
Do any of you need a car?
Isoda kind of turns towards Herb. No,
Well,
I don't think so.
I think in the future you'll need a car. Here's my
Account?
card. Here, fill it out if you ever want a
Account.
car.
Okay.
Okay? It's a buy order card. You put out whatever you want on it, and then you bring it back to me.
Like cheese.
Sure. You should buy it.
Buy what?
And he screams off.
Okay. She looks at the card and I want Fido. Tosses it in. So, you guys take a minute to gather firewood. Sure. You bring it back. Willen kind of, oh, perfect. Starts stoking the fire again. So you met Big Man.
You mean Keysville?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We've had several interactions with them.
Yeah. How'd you meet him?
That's different.
I met him. And you all in the cave.
Not him.
Oh, not
no,
him.
I haven't met
Not
you guys.
him.
No, I don't know you guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a different response for me personally. I met Keysville. Did I meet Isolde as well? Or was it just Keysville?
Probably just Kiefer.
I think it was just Keysville. I met Keysville when Ariel got arrested in Ross on accident. And I helped Ariel escape. So that's how I met Keysville.
Arimel's disposition gets a little quieter as he hails the sandwich that he made.
We were both wrongfully arrested.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I met Keysphere where I was hired out to track him down without knowing who it was, and then we found out it was Keysphere, and Nastani vouched for him, and we decided not to
In the
turn him
cave. Well, I met him.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Well, welcome aboard. You guys part of the whole, like the thing?
No.
Or are you,
Yes.
Do you know about the or?
We were needing to discuss it.
I'm
with
Okay. Good to have the company. It gets quite lonely up here in the mountains.
Feels
doing.
so
Oh, did
empty
you meet
without
Keith?
me.
Yeah.
I met Keithsphere a while ago, probably about 3 weeks. Came by, said he was looking for a guide who also was respectable of quiet approaches to cities with large things.
Right.
I know the mountains and the savannas, so, naturally, I am the guy.
Sounds like it. So, hand drums, is that your instrument? of
Oh yeah, I
choice?
love hand drums. My whole brothers, we all play all the time. We used to. They all kind of scattered around everywhere, but every wild wander's got a heart for music.
I can attest to that.
What? Beefed up.
I play the harp.
Do you play?
I play the lyre.
You have to play for me. Come on.
Oh,
Come
no,
on.
I
Come on.
can't
Come on.
do
Come on.
it.
Are you a bard?
Roll a perception check. No, that was persuasion. Doesn't. No, yeah, somewhat.
Oh, come on. Let's play. I haven't played with anybody in ages.
All right.
It'll be fun. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Performance.
Yeah, go ahead. Make it first, Jay.
13.
13. Yeah. You guys. He takes out his hand drums and it's nice, gentle music. It's good. Good jam session.
Oh, can't wait for the day I fail. Modifier.
but- Yeah, so as you guys are playing instruments, Irmel's eating a sandwich, Sota's kind of just sitting listening to music. What you guys doing?
I'm going to go back on the ship and knock on the captain's quarters.
You knock on the door
I'm
and
gonna head that way.
door opens. Oh, hi. Yeah.
Hi. Just wanted to kind of go over what exactly is going to be happening.
Oh, we are
Another
heading
thing.
to a city and we're going to start there.
Let's start what?
Oh yeah. You want to get filled in?
Yes,
Yeah? Okay,
please.
come on. Okay, so you are on the run, yeah?
Mhm.
Let's just get situation down, understanding first, yeah? So
Yes, we are on the run, and if possible, would like to clear our names, but at anything, would
Okay.
just like to avoid conflict.
yeah, avoid conflict. Sounds good. I have been in similar situation for some time now. I am not a city person, so we are doing things quietly right now. But I have a feeling that our two goals line up. You have found some secret ruins underground, yeah, and you have. And I have had similar encounters, but a bit more toe-to-toe, I imagine, unless you have encountered them at every turn.
Are you talking about the moon people?
No, I am not talking about... I don't know much about the moon people, but I saw them first appear a year ago. They show up every once in a while, but the few times we've encountered them personally has been near major cities. So,
So they've been showing up since a year ago and have only been showing up in your cities.
they have, yeah. We think that they actually pop up in other places too, which is actually why we're heading north. Because we heard that there was an issue there and I would like to go and study this creature. If there is one. We also heard tale of a ruin catching people's eyes that should not be seeing it. So we are going to go investigate that too. And I think that it is all connected. You have partaken in some of these excavations already, and I think that we would benefit from working together. Yeah? So, there's a creature and a ruin. Both of them must be dealt with. I think we have 2 teams of people. And I think we could split up once we get to the city. Yeah?
Yes.
that's getting ahead of myself. What questions do you have? What do you want to know?
So what exactly is your... I mean, I know you explained with like the moon monsters and splitting up the city, but the weapons that we happened across being moved to your ship, what exactly is the plan with those? And also Willem kind of explained something about the big, like...
Oh, yeah. William, he is local hire. We are not local to Cilicia here, so we need a guide. He's a fairly well-versed person. Traveling merchant at one point and now turned. We used to work for the Cilician army, and then he's now touring us around the place. Knows the place well. That being said, he is speaking of the creatures and us having to deal with them.
Is that what the weapons are for, is dealing with the creatures?
Yes, we plan to capture it.
Oh.
So we needed something that was unbreakable and something heavy that could either incapacitate or take it down without much of a conflict.
Do we know how many people know of the moon creatures?
Most who have encountered it assume it to be an aberration from the Underdark or something similar, as there are many strange things that come down from there, but...
And for what they know, it just appears out of thin air.
Right. So there's not much there, and they're exceedingly rare. I encountered them first in Mizumi, but they have been persisting, and I believe that they persist mostly where amulets are, which I believe I've already shared. So, amulets draw these creatures. We need to find out blah 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 blah. But I'm just asking for help in either subduing the creature or exploring the ruins. They might line up, so.
Right. I
The
know that...
ruins in the city?
From what I've understood, they are beneath the city, yes. The old fortress there actually leads down to it through a set of catacombs. Looking at these old diagrams here on the table, Keezer starts to point out everything just on these maps and charts, very much sporadically placed. There is an old antechamber under there. There's a temple underneath the citadel fortress structure that used to be there before the raids. So we will need to excavate a way down there if there's not already. And then once we are in the catacomb area, that is where we will find the entrance to the ruins.
So, how long ago was the harvest moon that
That you guys
when
encountered?
we first encountered?
Getting to be a little over 2 months.
Right. Also, have you noticed the moon changing through its phases faster?
Right. And Keezer walks over and kind of points up towards the top of the kind of banister railing around. And you see scribbles and kind of sketches of the moon at the different phases, as well as moments of fracture. And just kind of lined up, almost as if it's been monitored every night for months. And just kind of every night, just a new poster.
While we're on the subject of, this is a random question, I guess, for the DM. What day is it? Like, since the day that we killed the person, the king.
How many days has it been?
How many days has it been?
Like, what day? Because did the moon phase shifting change the date, or was that just the...
Like, did it change, like,
anomaly?
when the...
I mean, time is moved normally forward,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I would say things line up to your estimations.
That's all. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I've been watching it, taking sketches, lots of sleepless nights, and yeah, you're free to look about the cabin. This is where I keep all the research, so. But from what I understand, things there's a freeze, the stars start streaking across the sky, and then the creature appears from a crack or a rift or something. It could be something extraplanar, but we haven't been able to catch one alive. But we hear that there's one near the city, or what?
What has it been described? What has it been described as looking like? Does it look like the one from the boat?
I've heard that it is bipedal humanoid, pale skin. People have described seeing sights of Urena up in the mountains, which
Not our Urena, the original.
I was like,
but I take that as not being the mythical Yeti, but instead the creature in question, as it has been described as hairless.
right.
So I take it that it's either traversed the mountains or something. It could be the same one. Did it get away?
It did.
Right.
It
Okay.
do you know the boat? I mean, you remember the boat incident with
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
Because that was the first time that I encountered you in the chamber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it ransacked the entire boat,
Mhm.
killed almost everyone on board, and then jumped into the water and swam away before we could get to it.
Okay, so it's spent a few weeks trying to get there.
But that was all the way in Mizzou.
If that's the creature, now the other option is somebody else has an amulet and a creature appeared.
How many amulets are there?
Well, you have one, I have one. 1, 2 more for the reds. I don't know. There could be a lot.
Well, we know that
Yeah, right?
Mythra had one. We know Garbia has one. We know that Nico has one.
But nobody except for you and I have the green, unless there's a way that they know how not to be taken to the
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's 5 chairs there?
8.
8?
There's 8.
That means there's 8 in existence.
Yeah,
I
would.
found mine in the dunes in Ross.
I found mine in a similar run. I suspect if they have that rare, it's not a big factor.
I will say, when we were down in Bushon, we spent some time at the library, and we actually had the scribes look at some books we had gotten from the dune, and they said the language was the same as some tomes that were found in the Scourgeback Mountains, I think they said, when they were excavating there.
I haven't been there.
But they said that timeline-wise, ours look newer than the ones, which I mean, I guess would make sense because they do seem.
How new?
I don't know. They didn't quite say. They just said it seemed like it was.
From the Scotchbacks?
Yes.
How old were those? I am unfamiliar with Boshan.
I must be honest. I'm unfamiliar as well. It's just most of the information they were sharing while they were asking us about the books.
Well, that would have been cool to ask them questions if they know anything, but like I said, I'm trying to get to the bottom of the moon situation.
Why it's cracking, why it's showing up, why it has to be amulets.
Yeah. That being said, I think we can find an answer within the ruins, but I know that's not really your prerogative here. You're more here to clear names.
Yes, clear names and figure out what's going on.
Well, I think that's where we meet in the middle, is that we have a common issue that opposes us, not the moon creatures necessarily, but the advisory. On the encounters I have in these ruins, the advisory has always either been there beforehand or right after.
Right. Based off of just. Is there any important things that happened a year ago? Because you said that the moon things, as far as your studies have shown, started happening a year ago. Is there anything important that happened around that time frame?
Not that I know of.
Is there any knowledge I might have? Because, I mean, how long ago did the war end?
That's about 10 or so years ago, I want to say, yeah.
Like how long has the advisory been doing their routes in Ross, even though they're Silesian?
About 10.
About
They were established right after the war. I want to say 10. Ethan, you got the...
20?
Is it 20? It might be 20. I was estimating because I don't have the timeline right in front of me, but you go ahead.
I have the timeline right in front of me.
You got it. What's it at?
So the war ended in 417 in the Second Age, or in 438
There you go.
in the Second Age. The first advisor was selected in 419.
There you go.
So I was gonna say, if it has to do with the advisory, then you know.
It could. I mean, that's a long time, but I've been dealing with this issue for a year now.
Which I mean, we don't know if that really is when it started. It's a year ago.
Right, we don't know. There could be other people who have been struggling and they did not make it out on the other side of an encounter with the Moon Man.
Because they didn't have peace.
Right. Or likely they did and didn't understand what they were. Which, you know.
So it's more so just unraveling the mystery of the amulets and what they have to do with the moon.
I'm just saying that I think we could help each other out for a little bit, yeah?
Yes.
You help me deal with the situation here. We get down to the bottom of what the advisory has to do with it, and you go deal with the advisory, and I will go deal with the Moonman. Yeah? Sounds cool?
Sounds good.
Godvir has been hot on our tails for some time, so I presume you've had the chance to speak, yeah?
We've encountered her.
I'm aware, but I'm just saying you understand what you're up against.
Yes.
Or at least hope you understand.
Okay.
That creature got so
Well, I am charting a course to our next destination that should be there in a day or so. Traveling upriver here. We will get to the city and probably fan out, go looking for ruins or the creature, either one.
Ruins that are similar to the ones that were found in the dunes.
Yeah. The displaced ruins, as I've taken to calling them. As if you notice, each one is a hallway that kind of just ends abruptly. However, the hallway, curves, but there's no official beginning or end. Like it kind of just feels like it's out of place.
It looks as if someone just picked up a piece of the room and then put it
Popped it somewhere else, yeah. Which is what I think happened, is that somehow they got splintered through something, and
I would guess that would kind of make sense with why it's connected to the moon. If the reason the moon creatures are showing up is because the moon is splitting.
yeah, but these have been split for some time. That's what I don't understand. These things are ancient. They have not been touched. They have not been, displaced as you would feel. I mean, if they pop underground, you'd feel it. Those who live above, like earthquake kind of stuff. So, to the people I have talked to, everything like that, the ruins are still, they've been there for a while at least. And I don't know, there's some similar symbolism there with the cracking moon, the cracked ruins, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it, as I have experienced these things only recently. But like I said earlier, I could have been going back, but I feel that I would have known with that happening. That being said, the advisory's interest in everything is also concerning to me, as I do not know what their intentions are. So a lot of these ruins are just hallways. I've been to about 30 of them. Hallways.
The ones that were in Pluto, did it seem like that was just a hallway that was placed like what you talked about?
It was kind of like a curved hallway, yeah. Curved hallway. It had some doors that went to other places, but every room you've been in kind of just has this left curve to it.
Which it makes more sense, but I'm wondering, I'm wondering if this was like a ruin or something that was in Cilician territory, because when we got in trouble in Mythril, we weren't in trouble with the Hrossgar. We were in trouble with Cilician gods. That's who our trouble was with.
Like I said, they're
Which at the
everywhere.
time didn't make sense. Why would we be in trouble with Cilician? I almost said army.
Well,
Pretty much. Why would we be in trouble with them instead of with Ross, who is first of all hosting the Champions Pursuit, and second of all, this is their territory, their city.
Like I said, they're crawling everywhere. They're everywhere. Every time we get close to another ruin, there's either they've been there or they are hot on our tail. We have not been able to properly gauge one of these ruins because of it.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to gauge these better now that it seems they've taken their next play in chess.
That's what I'm hoping.
And they might be distracted trying to figure out where we went.
Yeah.
Because
we
it's
can
been
hope.
It's been how long since the assassination?
A weekish.
Yeah, getting close to a week.
Because we spent a few days in
Few
Mythril.
days at sea, a few days in the city.
That's about over a week.
It's about a week. So,
So I guess we can only hope that that is enough of a hiccup to give us a head start.
like I said, I just, I do feel, a little bad for you guys getting caught up in some crazy conspiracy. But, there are people who are, trying to do similar things. So, you're not alone.
Thank you.
Um,
And we definitely did a good bit of talking, trying to figure out why we were the pieces used.
well, I don't know all of you very well, but I assume, connections,
That's what we kind
skill sets, could be
Boiled.
any
boiled it down to.
any number of reasons.
So we're setting out to go to the city in a day or two?
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow. Yeah.
Alright.
We actually moored because, you called, I saw the island and just figured we'd stop right now and just hang out. So they're just getting started with festivities. They like to sing and play music.
Where do we need to set up camp?
The camp's outside the ship right now. There's bunks underneath, but there's not much in the way of privacy. So if you would like your own tents and stuff like that, feel free to set up out there or on deck. We'll be heading out at dawn, and we should reach there probably by nightfall.
Okay.
Tents or bunks?
Tents. I mean, we only just met these people.
Yeah, that's what I would
So
do.
you guys walk out and you see Herb has the car out on the beach, showing it off. Wow! As
If
the
you would
Airmail's
like to
looking
buy one, here's the card. Just bring it back to me.
You have to say I did it all. Give it to me so I can mail it.
Car salesman, Herb.
Yeah.
Last name.
Herb is doing great, and
You too.
Airmail is enraptured.
You two can own this vehicle.
He's never seen something quite so great.
We also have a stock of motorbikes, cycles,
And also
And
like
boats.
and boats.
and boats. And
And
soon,
there's gonna be
our-
cargo ships coming
soon we
soon.
will have the camper.
Yeah.
And a militia.
But we don't tell the public about
A small
the militia.
army to take over a foreign nation.
You seem like the kind of guys who'd like a militia.
We're working on tanks.
And a food
We're
truck.
still workshopping the food truck.
You could have a
but-
sandwich food truck if you wanted that.
So, you guys setting up tents?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you guys set up tents?
Can I explore the island?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, or, is it an island? Is
Yeah, it's
that-
an island.
okay.
Yeah. Out here, there's two massive mountains you guys are squeezed in between. But
It's just a small. Or is it big?
it's decently sized. It's nothing crazy, but
I want to walk around, just do a perimeter check.
Yeah.
Just make sure everything's good.
sure. Yeah, make a perception check.
Guard dog win.
Mhm.
21.
21. Looking around, it's a fairly kind of rocky, gravelly island. Lots of pine trees, tall trees. It's cold. Winter is approaching. As you kind of see the dark clouds looming over the mountain range to your right side. You never seen the mountains from this side, which is kind of weird. But I would say it's fairly empty. Nothing too crazy. Lots of ferns. You do see something that interests you. There's a beehive just dripping with honey.
Okay, I'll take note of where the beehive is.
Okay.
And go back and see
Chris,
if anybody
go
is
get it.
interested in the
Uh-huh.
beehive, because Gwen can do without a couple bee stings.
Yeah. Who are you telling about the beehive?
Chris.
Hey Chris,
Hey, Chris.
there is something in the woods.
Really?
Really. It looks like food of some sort. I don't know. I need a big, strong guy to come get it for
That's
me.
me.
Is it?
Yeah,
was
I'm a
fr-
big, strong guy.
Really? I was thinking of somebody else, but if you think you could do
No,
it.
I can do it.
Okay. Well, follow me.
Okay, yeah.
I can take him.
Yeah.
Icarus, if you want to come to Stoney, do you want to see?
What are you doing?
We're going to find a very sweet substance for Chris to get down for us.
What?
It's going to be entertaining. You're gonna want to watch.
Okay.
Chris thinks he can do it, and I want to make sure he can. And yeah. So come or don't, but it'll be entertaining, and you might miss out.
Silas?
Thank you for asking my input. It sounds like Gwen is going to get Chris to touch a beehive with his hands.
Oh god.
Alright, y'all.
Would Chris know what it is because he's from the jungle?
Chris is already ahead of you, kind of
Yeah.
looking about. But we'll get there when
Okay.
Chris sees the
Well, I go.
We'll get there when
like,
Chris
come
gets
if you
there.
want. I think it'll be funny.
Silas shrugs. Keeps going. So you guys make it over to the beehive. Chris looks up, looks back at you. That's a beehive.
What?
Yeah, I know what a beehive is.
I don't think it is, Chris.
That's a lot of bees.
I thought it was a different. But it's fine. I'll just get somebody else to do it if you don't think you can withstand a couple bee stings. I mean.
Chris
Just
walks over towards the
saying.
tree, gets underneath, watches you just gingerly grabs the side and starts inching up the side of the pine tree.
I'm just a little black rain cloud.
And you watch as Chris kind of takes out a bag from his pouch and just kind of puts his hand in it and just starts reaching into the beehive and starts fishing around, just gently.
I want to make it a point that I'm standing far away from this, but I'm watching.
Oh yeah. And he kind of pulls his hand out, flips the bag up, and slides down the tree before walking back over. I got the honey.
Thank you, Chris. I take it and I walk off. I knew it was a beehive.
Thank you, Chris.
Whatever.
Would you like me to make you dinner?
Yes. So you guys head back to the camp
Yeah,
with honey in tow.
with honey and tow.
Okay. So as you guys prepare dinner, set up tents. Some people sleep in the car, I presume. Urban, Chris, Silas has one of the benches, and we'll take the bench. But
Chris gets to sleep in the bed of the truck.
yeah, Chris sleeps on the middle aisle kid. So you guys, anybody keeping watch tonight, or just kind of trusting?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do you
and
want to
make
take first watch or second?
I'll take the first watch.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I have to do checks for them?
Yeah, right. You guys been living the city life.
Yeah.
Oh. 14.
14. Okay. It's a dreary night,
clouds kind of roll over and you can't see the sky much. But with the kind of dark haze above, it's pretty quiet.
Dark haze, like a fog.
Like clouds.
I mean, what are clouds but just elevated fog?
Exactly.
Oh God. Okay, cool. So that's first watch. Second watch, go for it.
Ooh, 17 plus 5.
22.
22.
Oh,
Nice.
that was almost bad.
That's good. It's cold, and you start to see snowfall. But
Can I take another watch? I only need
yeah,
4
you
hours.
can take that
right?
one.
Okay. Uh, 20.
20. Okay. As you sit here on the island, the ship creaking in the distance, looking from your tent, just kind of around the dying fire, you see, Ahsoka and Airmel have gone to their own respective tents. Willem has passed out next to the fire, bongos in hand, and you notice Keysphere has not left the planning room. The kind of candlelight going all throughout the night, just about. Constantly working, constantly doing something. But other than that, pretty quiet.
Herb would have probably also been up
Yeah, I
at
was
this
gonna
point,
say,
right?
Herb is
Herb can
not.
take it. Go for
I'll
it.
just finish it
Someone
out.
wants to roll for her.
Got it.
What's this?
You got it?
I'll do it. Alright.
Wait, who's doing it?
Reagan.
Okay, plus 5.
Do I need to pull up Herb's sheet for you?
No, I got it.
19 plus 5.
24.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, Herb sees fog. Real fog.
That's because he's a cleric.
Yeah. So that's about it.
Okay.
Wait, you got me distracted. It was fog?
It was fog. It was actually fog this time.
Fog.
Pretty quiet.
Dawn.
Dawn arrives and everybody else wakes up. You see Keysphere is kind of ringing a bell at the top of the ship. Wake up! Wake up! Come on! We have to make a schedule.
Okay.
All right.
Start, I guess, making sandwiches or
Okay.
breakfast.
This
I
church
start-
is-
Packing up our
Yeah.
stuff.
Pack up your stuff and everybody climbs on board.
Yep.
All right.
Pass out the sandwiches.
I have a question, just a thought.
Pass
If
out.
somebody were sitting in the car while Herb, retracted it,
They would just fall.
okay. Do they
Get
go
sucked in.
into the space? I was just curious. Curious.
Yeah.
Thought I had. If Silas was still asleep in the car.
Silas is still asleep in the car. He is.
Silas!
Nope. I want Herb to.
Let him sleep.
Silas!
Just let him rest.
The head kind of peeks out. What?
We're about to make our schedule for the day. Here's some breakfast. Hand him a sandwich and probably, I guess, coffee was brewed.
Sure. Yeah.
You want some honey with that?
Thank you. Thank you. It's awfully kind. I miss living in a city.
Me too.
Should've stayed. You had the option.
I did. What's that?
I feel like Chris would point out that he didn't sleep any better when they were living in the city.
Chris slept on a staircase the entire time.
I know what you guys are talking about. These hammocks are so comfy.
It's the
So
best we've ever got.
you guys all board the ship and kind of watch as Keysphere kind of yells down to the front, "Okay, Sota, take it off." And you watch as Isoda kind of rolls her shoulders and her form begins to change into that of a massive gorilla-like creature with these 4 massive arms and push the ship in and shove it into the water.
That's what the gorilla's been the whole time.
And then you kind of watch as Keysphere move to sides, and kind of shoos everybody to either side of the boat. And you watch as it sort of leaps and lands heavy on the ship as it kind of bobs for a second. And then you watch as she shifts back. Oh, time to go.
That was very good.
So, that being said, Airmail runs up and starts to pull down ropes for the sails, as so does Willem and Ahsoka, and Keysphere kind of takes the helm, and they begin to sail off. Seems that they have a pretty solid routine, but as they do, Keysphere kind of yells out, all of you down there, can you check the sides for rocks? Anything in our way in the front?
Yes.
Anything in the way?
Make perception checks.
Okay.
we do Chris and Herb too?
Just to you guys.
And Silas? Oh, okay.
15.
15?
14.
14?
18.
18. I would say you guys are adequately able to kind of point out where the rocks are and these large kind of fallen logs, and able to kind of guide the ship pretty safely out from this island.
Water in the way?
I imagine there's a lot. This is going to be a long day. So, on the ship.
You know, we wouldn't have to go through this whole process if you had a car whose wheels also had paddles on them. So that
Key spheres.
I'll get you an order form.
Just the slow turn of the hollow mask.
I'll get you an order form.
Appreciate silence while I am trying to navigate
Okay.
the communal herb. Stop talking. So that being said, on the ship, what are you guys going to do? Well, they're kind of maintaining the big important parts of this, but
What is there? Do they have a pool table?
the pool table, you guys can go down below deck and check it out. But I mean,
I mean, like, is there important like work to be done?
Yeah.
there's a crow's nest. There's a
A nest, you say?
there's you see where some of the harpoons have been mounted on the sides of the ship.
Harpoons, you say?
And you see if you're just standing around, Keysphere will probably give you something to do.
I'm gonna keep looking out the side of the ship to make sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in the crow's nest.
Fly to the crow's nest and give Willem a heart attack as you do. It's like, oh,
I'm here to help.
oh, please don't do that again.
This was the interaction between Herb and Keysphere. That's Herb. That's Keysphere asking about the boat.
Oh.
It's just like the blank stare. That's all.
I'm gonna make sure Irv and Chris are not touching the harpoons.
Okay. I would say Keysphere deems that a difficult enough task. But for the most part, you guys seem to have found a spot to at least help out at. So, Icarus, up in the crow's nest, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah. 16.
16. So as you and Willem look out and above the kind of tree line almost here. So, you from around here?
Basilica.
Oh, really? No kidding. I have lots of family there.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're from Basilica too. Upper end. Are you from the northern Basilica or
Oh, come on, Will.
south end?
I was
You buy
not-
the
No, I
the
think
Colossus, aren't you?
We're northern end, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't we be?
Are you northern?
Looks like it. That's like where the
Yeah.
keep is, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, we're probably, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
What'd you do to get in northern end?
My family has a history of service and employment
Oh, yeah?
under the sovereign.
Oh, big one. That's cool. That's cool. We sell shoes. Family makes shoes. Lots of people need them.
I look down at my talons.
He looks down to not far. Well, a lot of people do. Not all of them.
Yes, of course.
We've made some shoes for birds. It's kind of awkward though. So if you need a shoemaker,
I'll keep you in mind.
yeah, not me, my family.
Your family.
Yeah,
The
yeah, Wild Wonders.
Wild.
Anyway, but I'd say you guys don't see anything, so that's why that conversation happens. Those of you down on the below deck, it's a pretty tight ship. Keysphere's running between kind of making sure that you guys are sailing in a very narrow river with a fairly decently large ship. So it's very much having to constantly just keep eyes on large rocks underwater, large fallen branches, whether the ship can make it through this next phase or not. But I would say everybody go ahead and make a general survival check for me.
My part of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Generalized survival.
Yeah, as everybody's kind of helping to maintain that the ship continues.
Hey, does your does the inspiration earned for jokes and references carry through different episodes?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
because
I was gonna
Evan's
say,
used it a
can
couple
I-
times.
Is the inspiration just a reroll?
Yeah, it's okay.
for this
God.
one.
Yeah, you can only have one inspiration at a time.
That's fine. Oh, thank
21.
8,
Okay.
and that is leagues better than my other roll.
I take it.
God. 21.
21?
21.
Okay, nice. Alright, silence and keys for both work pretty well. So, yeah, that's an important one. It's a pretty smooth ride, for the most part. However, I would say up in the crow's nest, both you and Willem both spot off, kind of in the distance, what appears to be the trees are shaking and moving as birds are kind of pushing their way out, flying away. And there's these heavy set footsteps.
Something is wrong.
Yeah.
What are you doing about it?
Would I be able to like glide straight over to the helm?
Yeah, you can glide down to the helm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you drop down next to Keysphere.
And then I'll sort of explain to him what we had seen.
Go check it out. See if it's anything to worry about.
Shoo, alright. I'll go check it out.
Okay. So
my car, we can get there faster.
it's water. So as you fly overhead, go ahead and make a perception check. One.
Oh, gosh.
And plus 8, but you know,
One.
one's a 1.
You look in the forest and don't see anything. Pretty quiet, actually, now that you fly over. Must have been the wind.
I'm gonna open up my,
You guys don't see this.
Yeah?
the...
Oh, I thought you said
The trees? No.
Okay, fair enough. I don't do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
What
gotta
do we
come back
roll
to the
perception
ship.
checks for?
they
Or survival checks?
survival checks is to make sure the ship's going forward. To make sure that it's a smooth sailing adventure. His perception check was just to see what was causing the shaking in the trees. However,
Must have been the wind.
must have been the wind. As you go down and report that to Keysphere. Okay.
Oh, well. I'm not saying there's nothing there, but I'm saying I didn't see anything.
Okay. I guess we will continue forward. So, as the ship continues forward,
I was like, you know what? I just rolled a nat 1 on this die. I'm gonna use the other one. And then, wouldn't you know, the other one?
it's almost like dice are dice.
It's almost like my rolls are my rolls.
Yeah. Anyway, so, are you heading back up top?
I think so, yeah.
Go ahead and make another perception check as you head back up to the crow's nest.
This one won't let me down.
It'll let you down.
No, 26.
26. Okay, so as you fly back up to the crow's nest, you watch as Willem is kind of keeping eyes out in the forest where you guys saw the moving, but as you kind of fly back, seems to be less on guard about it, shifting over to the other side, looking at that side of the forest. And as the ship continues forward, you just barely don't see it. Something moving beneath the water. Massive green blending in with the algae as one arm reaches up over top the ship and slams down on top of the deck. And you watch as another and then another these massive humanoid arms as it begins to lift up the boat, this massive green creature with two heads, and just ugliest dude you've ever seen, warts and all.
I've seen some ugly dudes.
And as the ship starts to flip upwards, that's where we're gonna end tonight's game. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
We're gonna have to come back to that one. So, that being said, we're gonna end it there. I think it's a good spot to end. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a good spot to end.
Can we
Can we take a vote on that?
Yeah.
Can we? No.
No, it's fine. We'll come back to it next week, guys. It's fine.
It's fine.
We'll come back to it next week.
We just
Can
have
back
we
to
go
next
back
week.
to that DC that we just faced? That was
Yeah.
27 or higher.
No, it's good. No, you saw it. You saw it, but yeah. Anyway,
It's a little too late.
a little too late there, Icarus. It means that you won't have a disadvantage on your initiative.
You know what? I'll take that.
So that being being
actually,
said,
that doesn't matter.
yeah.
My
Okay.
initiative is always
Yeah. Anyway, we'll pick up back there next week.
right.
Remember,
Awesome.
before I go into Mr. Krabs, say it.
Subscribe.
Don't
forget
drink
it.
that.
I didn't.
Don't drink your potion of soap and water.
Like and subscribe, ring that bell, and follow us on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Wayward
Yeah.
7.
Check it out, guys. Check it out. And I think you'll have to come back and see what the heck they're dealing with next time on the Wayward 7.
When are we gonna get Clancy Brown to